What's happening, everybody? Your boy, the Vaslap, in the building, episode 28. It is Serie A Brazil style. That's right. Two big games coming up for us. Two must-win games for us to try and keep up the pace and trying to qualify for that Libertadores competition. I'm hoping to not go through a qualifier this time. I want to go straight into the group stages, and I want to do well in the group stages and just win the whole damn thing. That's what I kind of want at this point. We got to wait a whole entire season for that to happen. For now, though, we got some Serie A matches for you guys. Hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Run that intro. Welcome back, folks, to the South American tour. Yeah, this league is very weird. Everybody else has played about 12 to 13 games. We've only played 8 in the league. We are sitting in 5th with 19 points. 4 games in hand. We win all 4 games. We go top of the table with 31 points. So yeah, that's where we stand at the moment. That is just what I'm coming back. We've played a lot of football since the last time you saw us, when it was in the game against Aurora, that 8-1 demolishing. Since then, we've been on a pretty good run of form, and I had a little bit of a heart attack, in the Supercopa America, because we landed up beating Deportivo Cuenca 8-1, which I thought then secured us a playoff spot. And apparently not. We went into the last game needing a victory. We lost 4-2. It then gave me a message saying that the board are disappointed that we were knocked out of the Copa Sudamericana. And I was like, but I came second. I can show you. I came second. It says playoff first. And then clicked continue, waited 2 days, and then I got a message that I'm playing in the Supercopa Americana knockoff playoffs. So I'm still in the Supercopa Americana, just didn't get automatically into the knockout, into the second round. Whatever next round it is. I think it goes to the second round. I have to go through a playoff first. Don't know why it said I was kicked out, but I am still in it. We're taking on a Bolivian team in Club Deportivo Oriente Polomero. I don't have the Bolivian league loaded on here, but yeah, decent little squad. They had a decent little run going into this one, beating Caracas and beating Atletico Mineiro in their Copa Italia. Only won 2 games. And somehow still managed to come in a third and best qualifier. Now, I wanted to bring this up because I realized that the second best, the top 2, I think it was, or top 3, can't remember, in the group stage, if you just say all groups, you'll see everybody else, top 2 qualifiers came through, which is, I mean, ideal in the Libertadores trophy, sorry. And the third place then go to the knockout phases where we are. And I wanted to show you this. Peñarol qualified for the knockouts in the Copa Libertadores. And yeah, that's nice. Anyway, we're taking on them. They were in the Libertadores. They're now dropping to the Sudamericana, where they have to take on us. That match is still quite some far away. And in between that is the Copa do Brasil first leg and second leg. We're taking on Internacional, who are a mid-table team in the Serie A. A very good team, though, nonetheless. So that will be an interesting one. I think I'm going to do all 4 games in one video, probably the next video. In terms of our Serie A accomplishments, just to confirm, we beat them 7-2 in the end. We got a clean sheet in our first game, which I was super excited because we managed to get 2 clean sheets in a row. And then they go and score 3 against us. I wasn't nervous for this one, though. We were doing quite well. They were 2-0 up. I was like, okay. They went 3-0 up, and I was like, okay, now I'm getting worried. And then David stepped up and just put the balls in the back of the net like we wanted to. Serie A, we did slip up to them, a 2-2 draw. That game was obviously in between the two Aurora games. It wasn't ideal. We then beat Fortaleza 2-1. Danilo Boza and Kai Jorge picking up a penalty there. We then lost to Internacional, who we take on in the cup, a 2-1 loss to them. They even had a man sent off, and we still just struggled to score. We did equalize in the 90. Or we didn't equalize. We pulled one back in the 96th minute. They scored in the 95th minute, which was absolutely bonkers. That is our only loss in the Serie A this season so far. We then bet Univente 3-0. Tulio, Basso, and Lusadri all picking up some goals. Nicely rotated squad. And then in the most recent Serie A games, we beat Americano Mineiro 3-2. This was a game affected by internationals. We had 7 players on international duty, same as Cubaya, but we managed to pick up 2 victories there, and we managed to pick up a clean sheet against Cubaya. Today, we're taking on Flamengo in 9th position, as well as Sierra in 3rd position. 2 big games for you. I was going to do the Grêmio game, but they are so underperforming this season that I just want to do the Sierra game because they are currently in 3rd. I do have a Palmeiras game coming up as well, but that's a little bit further away, and I kind of want to do these in the 4-match thing, the 2 cup games. So Flamengo and Sierra are the 2 games. The transfer market is still closed for another month or so. It opens up on the 10th in between all of these games, so there might be a little bit of transfers spoken about in this thing. I don't know, because 4 videos is going to be quite hectic to edit into like a 30-minute video. But for this game, Flamengo, we are playing our usual team. There is one little change that you will have noticed. Igor Cesar, who's been on absolutely amazing form, will come into the squad to replace Al Jabali, who hasn't been playing bad, don't get me wrong. He's just been a little bit off form lately, and that's why we made that swap. The rest of the team, pretty much as you know it. João Paulo, unfortunately, in goals. Daniel Boza, Arayo, Lusadri, and Juf. I have made the decision that Arayo and João Paulo will be the 2 that we will switch. I also want to get a left-footed backup defender. I just think João Basso and Jair are just not good enough for the squad. João Basso also being 32. It is time to ship him on. And then in the midfield, Igor Cesar and Kangawa will be in the midfield. They've been playing quite well together. I also noted that Kings is 30 years old, so he probably has 1 or 2 seasons left in him at the club. And then on the wings, Anthony, who's been a brilliant player, Terekos, Kai Jorge, and David up front. The other thing I need to address a little bit is just the atmosphere in the club at the moment. You can go to the happiness thing. We'll actually go to the overview. You can see a lot of players a little bit unhappy at the moment, especially the fact that Thiago Maia wants more game time. He wants to go out on loan. I told him that I'm going to sell him. He was upset that I was going to sell him. Doesn't want to go on sell, and then he still stays unhappy because he wants to go on loan. Rodrigo Cesar also wants to help leave the club. He wants to go out on loan to secure a permanent move. I've granted him the option to go out on loan, so when the transfer market will try and open, Anthony is unhappy because I was harsh against him in the team talk against Americano Mineiro. I didn't think I was, but I was, apparently. Jair wants to leave the club because he wants more football. And then last time, Mateus Martin also wants to go on loan and move on. I feel like Mateus Martin, Jair, Cesar, and Thiago Maia will all leave the club. It hasn't really destroyed the club atmosphere, but because there's so many contrasting personalities in the club, it does make it a bit just a bit weird in terms of players siding with each other. So like the Thiago Maia one, it is dealt with internally, but 6 players disapprove of me allowing him to leave, which is weird because normally they approve it, and I don't understand why. And out of these 6 players, 3 of them are quite big names in Igor Cesar, Caim Delbergi, and Kings. It's players in the same position that are fighting for these positions. I don't understand why they're upset. But other than that, things are going pretty well. In terms of goalkeeping, I haven't found anybody. I am still looking. I've even done the whole recruitment thing. Couldn't find a goalkeeper. My scouts, how you can see here, these are the guys we've scouted. Not one goalkeeper has come through as a good opportunity for us to sign. Even my shortlist is looking a little bit short on goalkeepers at the moment because we just can't find a very good goalkeeper. The only transfer news we can talk about is Vicente Cabore, who is coming to the squad as a backup right back. He will probably go out on loan when he comes in if Anthony decides to stay at the club. That's the only one I'm really worried about because there is interest for Anthony from a Saudi team. And unfortunately, I just don't have the financial power to keep him. If someone like Al Fayah, who have 48 million and are paying someone like Gunderson 44,000, chances are they'll pay Anthony quite a lot. Even Darmac, who are quite well off, they're paying Bento, a Brazilian goalkeeper, 43,000, who isn't bad. He doesn't want to come to me, though. I've asked him. I mean, if you compare him to João Paulo, he's a much better goalkeeper, but he doesn't want to come to me. So we tried that one. Elsewhere of players that I am worried who might be leaving is Lusandri. He's wanted by a lot of Saudi teams and Palmeiras for some reason. The Saudi transfer market is open, so if anything happens in these next week or so, I will let you know. A lot of the other interest is also like Antonio has died down a little bit. Liverpool, the only team still interested in him. And there was another player that had a lot of interest that's died down. Oh, it was Kai Jorge. He had about 6 Saudi teams interested in him. That has died down a little bit as well. So in the grand scheme of things, good. Arroyo is wanted by Al Weda, which is a team that I'll probably entertain if they do make a good offer for me on him. Can get some decent money off Arroyo. I think he's valued at 9 million. I'll probably accept about 9 million for him. I think that is a decent little deal. But that's all the transfer news we need to speak about. This is the team that's starting. Let's take on Flamengo, who are a little bit underperforming currently. They're currently predicted to come in first. They're sitting 9th in the league, 4 points behind us. We have 4 games in hand over them. They're not doing too well at the moment, Flamengo. They are struggling. They are definitely struggling. So this is an opportunity for us to try and, you know, do some football, as a content creator once says. So let's go to the game. I say once said. He still says it. He's still going quite strong. And you know what? Good football content creator. I enjoy watching his videos. So yeah, why not? Give Lelujo a little love. I've mentioned him already. You might as well give him some love if you're watching this and are a fan of Football Manager videos, I guess, because he's quite good. I like him. Hey, Jorge, now bringing for Terecos. Finding Anthony, puts it in the back of the net. And referee calls it back for offside. VAR is going to get involved. I don't think that was offside. I think that was pretty much on strike. That was a good goal. And it is going to stand as a good goal. Beautiful little play. Loran lost it in the midfield. Keo Jorge picks up Terecos. Little quick pass through to Anthony. Takes the strike. Mateus Cunha, once upon a time a great goalkeeper for Flamengo, not doing great there at the moment. In fact, you remember back to the Peñarol days, it was Flamengo that once knocked us out of cup competition. We played them in the Libertadores trophy in the group stages, and they absolutely dismantled us in both those games. Still haven't forgiven them for that, so that's kind of one of the reasons I've come back for this video, is to try and get my revenge on Flamengo, because we are in better form than they are today. And a victory here will bring us up into 5th place. Well, I guess we started off in 5th place because of other results. We still have the 3 games in hand. We still stay about 5 points behind Sao Paulo in 1st place at the moment. But that means we need to win this to stay in that 5 spots above. Carlos coming forward, takes the shot. João Paulo finally makes a save on camera. There you go. João Paulo getting his accolades, finally learning how to save a ball. Good on you, João. Good on you. Wendell now bringing out, gives it away. Arroyo looking for options. Goes to Lusadri. Lusadri looking to play it out. He goes to Juve. Nicely done. Terecos, Kai Jorge. Looking for more options. Loran beats him off the ball. An injured Loran beats him off the ball. Gerson to Pizarro. He's got options in the box now, and he finds one of them in Gabby Barbosa. You can't do anything with it. Defense clears it. Playing it out from the defense is nice to see. When they compose like that, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Half-time, it is 1-0 thanks to the Anthony goal. I'm going to actually shout at the players because we haven't played well. We need to do better. We need to do better. They've taken off Pizarro, brought on Pedro. I thought Pizarro was probably one of their better players today. I thought Loran might have taken off. He's been injured. Well, Gabby Barbosa, though, finds the back of the net after a rebound save from João Paulo. And somehow they replied very early on. I think, I want to say the subs made a difference. They didn't. Loran to Painev. And you can see maybe the defense there should have done better. That was Anthony. He was back to defend. Couldn't. He just backed off a little bit on him. He should have closed him down, forced him to play it somewhere else, and instead gave him the opportunity to shoot, which caused a rebound. And now Gabby Barbosa takes another long-range effort. From hero to villain, Anthony took a wicked deflection off him. I can't blame him for an own goal, really. I mean, that was just more deflection. It was going wide. So I guess it does count as an own goal. And I mean, it fooled João Paulo. And Anthony maybe sus for both those goals for Flamengo, and suddenly a team that's looking out of form looks like they're about to beat us. Because we haven't replied. David now, been on good goal-scoring form lately, takes a long-range effort, needs to hit the target if you want to cause any problems. Of course, look at that. A win for Flamengo takes them all the way back into contention in the top 6. We need to make some swaps. We are not playing well at all. We have been absolutely shockingly poor. I'm going to bring on Al Jabari for Kings. We're going to play Cesar as the center attacking midfielder. Elsewhere, David has played absolutely horrible. Rodrigo Cesar come in there. Anthony has played well. I'm not going... You know what? Antonio has been on very good form lately. He's been sneaking in important goals for us in recent weeks. So give him a little run. I think Anthony, not a good second half. Let's put it like that. Antonio now. Danilo Jr. to Igor Cesar. Al Jabali, Terekos, nicely done. Rodrigo Cesar looking for options. Kai Jorge, looking for him to get back to goal-scoring form. He has been a bit quieter than normal. Rodrigo Cesar pulls it back to Terekos. He's not looked quieter. Miguel Terekos with a cracker of a finish to put us back to level terms with Flamengo at home. He started the move across here, brought it all the way across to Rodrigo Cesar, and watch him there. Watch him wait, finds his run. First touchdown on his right foot. Beautiful finish. Absolutely beautiful finish. More of that, please. One more of that would be absolutely fantastic to see. A victory would do us all so much happier. And they've got a long throw. Flamengo now. Carlos with the long throw. Looking for Paniev. Finds it back to Carlos. Back to Paniev. Carlos de la Cruz. And it's just felt so nicely for Terra. And he's just scored his 4th goal of the season off a rebound shot. Oh. Who's to blame? Yeah, I mean, look how much space he had. Terekos left his man wide open. It wasn't even Terekos' man, actually. I lied. It was Lusandri. Ah, Lusandri. Yeah, we really need to shape up this defense a little bit. Goalkeeper and both our defenders aren't playing great. I might even just change them from ball-playing defenders to just centre-backs. Because clearly they're not playing great as ball-playing defenders. And now we've got an injury. Juf is injured. Everson will come on. I mean, there's no reason to make any other subs at the moment. The game's done. That is not a great way to start off. Is there hope here? Hold on. Terekos, we've played 2 minutes over. I'm assuming because of the injury. Antonio takes it a little short. It's bobbled around. And somehow, Jabali puts it in the back of the net. VAR is getting involved. Is that going to be Jabali's first goal of the season? Is that going to be the hero goal? It's not. He was offside. I honestly couldn't have seen that any differently. I thought he was offside. I thought a lot of our players were offside. I mean, it's so bunched up there. I feel like because it came off one of our players. If it didn't come off him, I don't even know who that was offside. I think it was actually Terekos. But we've lost our first game on the video against Flamengo. Not happy about that. We're taking on Sierra next. That is going to be a must-win for us. I was hoping that if we had won that game, we would have been closing in on Sierra. But yeah, that's not ideal. Not ideal. And Juf's out for 2 weeks. Oreo's got fitness return concerns. We'll be back in about, what's it, a week's time? 3 days' time. We'll be back in 3 days' time. Right, we're back. Ignore all the resting. You can see I've rested some of the players. They are all good to go. Terekos probably the weakest out of all of them, but I'm going to stick with him. We have had to make 2 swaps. Of course, Al Juf is out. Al Haji Juf. Should be Al Haji Malik Juf, because Al Haji Juf played for Liverpool once upon a time. But anyway, 12 days out. He's not going to be there, so Kevison will come in there. And then Igor Cesar has picked up a suspension after receiving 5 yellow cards in the league, which means Al Jabali will come back into his position with Kings next to him. Elsewhere, the rest of the team is exactly the same. That lost to Flamengo. I was thinking of starting Antonio ahead of Anthony, because it feels like Anthony is probably going to leave the club. So we need to start getting Antonio some more game time in there. I do have Marco Tullio as well, who can easily slot into that right-hand side. But at 31, I'd rather give Antonio a little bit of run. But I'm going to go with Anthony in this one. I feel like he is slightly better for this structure that we have. And then I actually forgot I was going to change them from ball-playing defenders to just centre-backs with the instruction to get forward more often. I feel like that works a little bit better in this game. So let's quickly do that as a tactical change. I guess it'll fall under. We're just going to go to central defender on defend. We're not going to play as ball-playing defenders. And then we just put in an instant where we take out the dribble less option. We can't. Okay, well, I can't change it out. So I'm going to take off that play out of defense. It's actually going to keep the rest pretty much the same. And then just when we distribute the ball to this one, instead of distributing to the centre-backs, I'm going to distribute to the full-backs. I think then we can play down the wing. I think that is the... Actually, distribute to the playmaker. You know what? Let's give him more of an important role, Al Jabali. So that's just the thing. I'm going to try it out. And let's see if that makes any difference in terms of the defense and defending-wise. Because I think that is important, that we need to try and figure out this leaking of goals, which isn't absolutely great. Bit of a kick clash with the black and white. And they've managed to score a goal. Very, with a little header over the top from a corner. Danilo should have maybe headed that away. I don't know. Like, it says that was his mistake. His initial header wasn't great. And I think it wasn't even... I think it was Arroyo who got the header and then just didn't follow up on it. And Vieri actually got up very high to put that over João Paulo, who already committed to the play there. I mean, I feel like we have a strong enough squad to be challenging for the title. I don't think we're weak in the sense of attacking-wise. I think just conceding so many goals has really just hurt our chances to try and get into the latter stages of the Libertadores, as well as, you know, being a title contender in the Serie A at the moment. We do have games in hand, but the thing is, if we're not winning those games in hand, it's not going to help us. There's a penalty. Clear as day for a penalty. We're going to just do the VAR check because they're going to always do it. And they're going to give us the penalty. And Caio Jorge will have to step up for this one. He is our penalty kick taker. He has been absolutely prolific from the penalty spot. And not on this occasion, though. And Anthony can't keep it in. I mean, it's just going to be one of those days, isn't it? Where we just, nothing goes our way. Caio Jorge literally has missed only one penalty since my time here at Santos. And that is it. That is the first penalty he has missed. And that is a really, really annoying little stat there. I'm going to shout at the players. I need them to do better. I need them to be more oomph. Demand more from them. We get some green smiley faces. And we are just not playing well in this game. We've taken a lot of shots. None in highlights, though. That is annoying. That is very much annoying. Caio Jorge has picked up a little knock as well. That's not great. We're going to take him off. I don't want to risk him. We've got still a lot of football left to play. Stiletto, come on there. Elsewhere, you guys need to do better. Sort yourselves out. I will say something, though. The option to not play out of the back has prevented a lot more highlights from them. I mean, their goal came through a set piece. Let's see now. This is the first time open play we're getting a proper highlight from them. Napolitano goes across to Hugo. He's got Giovanni with him. Great little tackle from Danilo. Referee says it wasn't. And that's given a penalty. I mean, sometimes, you know, the animations in Football Manager are a little bit misleading. Referee, yeah, there we go. VAR helped us. I thought that they were going to give that as a penalty. Danilo Jr., great little tackle. Stopped the play, though, which annoyed me because we were on the counter there. Kings with the corner, looking for Lissandri. Jabali trying to bring it back to Terekos. He wasn't paying attention. And they've cleared the ball. Kevinson now trying to bring it forward. Toledo, nicely done. Looking for David on the back post. David with his 37th goal of the season. And has just broken Morel's record of 26 goals in the Serie A. And we're only about halfway through the Serie A. Absolutely brilliant. We're not even halfway through the Serie A. We played 10 games. Stiletto there. What a back pass. What a cross from him. Losas couldn't get a hand to it. And Stiletto showing that he can step up if Caio Jorge is injured. Beautiful little cross. Suddenly, we're back in contention. Suddenly, we're looking like a new team again. Maybe the ball-playing defenders weren't the option. Maybe there was something to this. Again, we have conceded a goal, though, so I'm not going to completely say it's all that reason. Tereko's not playing great. Juan Macias can come on there. Elsewhere, King's not great. I'm going to bring on Thiago Maia. I'm going to play him as the deep-lying playmaker with Al Jabali going to the center attacking midfielder role. I have used him once or twice in that role and hasn't played badly. Why are you on personal support? You need to be on team. The same instructions. Elsewhere, Boza not playing great. You know what? Gonzalez come on there as well. Fresh set of legs on the wing back. I suppose it is a risk when you do play with wing backs on attack, but we do love to get forward. And I mean, the Brazilian league is a very attacking league in general. A lot of teams don't keep clean sheets in Brazil. It's just a fact of life. I mean, look at Fluminense and Ituano. They're 4-2. RB's 5-1. It's just one of those things in this league. I mean, very little. Palmeiras is the only one that's, I mean, Fortenza is the only one that's kept a clean sheet in this week so far. Nothing has happened since the goal. We're going to make a few more changes. Anthony has looked and run his race. Fantastic little run from him. We're going to bring on Antonio to maybe spark something up front. He's got the pace. He's got the fresh legs. A goal here would be absolutely brilliant for us. It will put us then 2 points behind Palmeiras in the spot above us with a couple of games in hand. Macias to Antonio. Antonio plays it back to Thiago Maia. Looking for options. Toledo brings it back to Thiago. Gonzalez with a long-range effort. I mean, if that went in, you'd call him a hero, couldn't you? Toledo, short corner. It's fine to Al Jabali. Still looking for his first ever Santos goal. Thought he had it last game. Didn't. Thiago Maia. Gonzalez brings it in. Oh, there you go. David with the goal. Gonzalez with the assist. Absolutely biblical scenes. 2-1. 2-1. What a comeback. We looked like we were completely out of it in the first half. Gonzalez has stepped up, bringing in David for his second of the game. Santos is back on top there. With that point, that goal rather puts us now 2 points behind Palmeiras with 5 games in hand over them, by the way. It also puts us 8 points behind Sao Paulo with 3 games in hand over first place. We do have 4 games in hand over Sierra and 2 over Atletico Mineiro. We have won the game. David has stepped up. Shout out to Gonzalez and to Toledo, the 2 substitutes, getting the assists. Very happy with that result. Absolutely ecstatic with that result. Love to see it. We're up to 5th. Oh, that was good. Jorge, 3 days. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Stiletto and David and Gonzalez all stepped up in that game. You love to see it. Whew. In terms of when we're coming back, guys, we're coming back for those 4 games. All back to back to back to back. Internazionale Oriente Pereiro knockout competition is coming up next episode. I've just got these 4 games to play in the Serie A. We'll be back then for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was an up and downer, wasn't it? A mixed bag of results in the Serie A. It still puts us in a good spot to land up at number 1. We've got so many games in hand in the Serie A. It's actually ridiculous at this point. I suppose with all the cup competitions and the Libertadores stuff that we've played and the qualifier, the playoffs from the Sao Paulo competition that we played, we've got a lot of games. I think it was like 3 or 4 last time I checked. I can't even remember now. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Hit subscribe, get notified. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.